Hey, what's up, guys? This is King J coming to you live from hell. Yep, still here. And I'm here to try and rescue lost souls like me, because that's what I have felt like for a long time. I felt alone, even when I was surrounded by people that loved me. And I'm sure it's not a fun feeling for them, and it definitely was not a fun feeling for me. But there was one thing that I've learned in this new course and this new lens that I see things through. It's being yourself is crucial, unapologetically. And the thing is, you have to first figure out who you are. And there's a lot of ideas of who we want to be. There's a lot of ideas of who we think people want us to be. And we want to please those people. And we want to make those people proud, like our parents, father, mother, or our partners, our girlfriends or boyfriends. We want to please them. We want to be things for them. We want to make them happy. We prioritize their happiness. And in doing that, what it does is it puts pressure on them, because it makes us needy. And when you need something, it means you lack something. When you want something, it means you lack something that's already should be within you. So you're waiting. It's like you're holding a cup out and asking people to fill it for you. But you have to fill your own cup. So it's like when you're in a relationship or in a family dynamic, you feel this pressure in you to do well for that person, to be supportive for that person, and but in return you're waiting on it, you're waiting for that same thing to be reciprocated, right? So it's almost like, hey, but I do all this for you. What are you doing for me? Why don't I feel that feeling that I should be feeling? And it's because you're not doing enough for yourself, and that is the miscommunication. You have to prioritize yourself, your own self-worth, being yourself. And if you're not accepted for that, then that is not your problem. That's the truth. If you are not accepted for who you are, that is not your problem. You have to let that go. You can still have a beautiful relationship with people. You can still have a beautiful connection with your family and be detached from what they feel about you or what they think about you. Because the worst thing you can do is focus on someone else's happiness, and that other person is just focusing on your happiness, and therefore neither one of you is going to be happy. And it's this big irony. And especially when it comes to parent dynamics, there's a quote that says you need to live as though your father is dead already, because some people feel that they're going to be wanting the validation of their father until they're gone. And there are some men whose fathers have passed away, and they're still trying to gain that validation, and they're never going to feel it. And they feel like, I didn't even get to show him while he was here who I could become or who I became. So we don't do a lot of things for ourselves. We do a lot of things to impress other people, to make other people happy, the people that we love. You don't have to not love those people, and you don't have to not to disrespect their opinions. Actually, on the contrary, when you feel this sense of self-worth in yourself, you don't even feel the need to argue. And that is what was so mind-boggling to me. It's very easy for me to argue. And there's a lot of times where we're attached to being right. We have to be right. And then we find ourselves always getting into arguments just to feel that feeling of being right. Because that makes us feel like, I am grounded. I am this person. I'm standing by my beliefs, right? But in reality, you're just arguing to feel correct in that moment. That's not control over yourself. That's not ownership of yourself. That is just an argument. And the other thing is, I used to feel like a roast master, right? Like, I analyzed myself so intensely. There was nothing anybody could tell me that I didn't already tell myself worse. You know what I mean? The things that I would tell myself in my mind would be things that I wouldn't say to my worst enemy. So anything anyone would tell me would just be like, shit. Yeah, you're just affirming what I already believe about myself, but it's still making me feel worse and worse inside. So the way that I would analyze myself, I would analyze other people too. I was very intuitive about analyzing people, making assumptions about people, feeling like I could trust my instincts about people. And in doing that, I made fun of people. I roasted people, right? And I think I got pretty good at it. I could be funny about it, but I noticed that I used humor as my way to feel acceptance. I used humor as a way to hide what I was really wanting to say and hide what I was really feeling about myself. So I would make a self-deprecating joke and everybody would laugh, and then I realized, oh, I'm being accepted for that. When in reality, I'm saying, oh yeah, of course, I'm just one of those fat pieces of shit. And it's the irony of, oh, this guy is so confident that he can say that about himself, and really, you're not even going to see it as anything more than what it is. You're almost kind of like, oh, that's just being silly. He doesn't really mean that. But in reality, that was just a reflection of what I was feeling on the inside anyway. Not good enough. So for me to be myself is for me to just say what I want to say, be what I want to be, and not worry about the outcome and not worry about what anyone else is going to think, including the closest people to me. And in doing that, I'm able to be free. It's like I'm a puppet and I have these strings attached to me, and I'm telling all these people, pull my strings, make me dance, and I'll dance for you. And then I'm wondering why I'm unhappy dancing, right? So it's this sort of strange dynamic that exists only in your mind. And the strangest thing about that dynamic is that you are blaming another person. You're upset with the way that you feel they're controlling you when you were the one that asked to be controlled. You were the one that said, I want to please you. I'll be whatever you want me to be, but why aren't you accepting me for who I am? And the truth is, you were not accepting yourself. You were trying to ask for permission to be yourself when nobody was making you do that. Nobody is saying who you need to be. People might have ideas, people might want to help you, people might have these ideas, but there's only one person that you're stuck with forever. That's yourself. And the way that I put it is, it's like I'm trapped in a prison of my mind. I better get along with myself. And now it doesn't feel like I'm trapped in a prison. My mind is not a prison. It's just me. It's just me able to have a communication with myself, talk with myself, be my own friend, be my best friend. And in doing that, it helps all my other relationships and all my other connections with people, because I don't have to worry so much about if they leave, what will I have? I'll have nothing. I will be nobody. No, I'll have myself. I'm just me, like I always was, like I always will be. And then, once again, you're free to have fun. You're just free to be yourself. So there's a lot of truth in a lot of the things that we think are corny or cheesy, or these classic lines like, just be yourself. Nobody wants to be themselves. You know why nobody wants to be themselves? Because nobody likes themselves. And you deserve to love yourself. You deserve to be happy when you look in the mirror. You deserve to say, hey, you know what? There are things that I can improve on in my life, but regardless of that, I love myself. I'm happy with myself. I'm proud of you. You did this today. And the more things that you do that you feel like you should do, you're going to just feel proud of yourself. So there's a lot of things you feel like you should do, but you just stop yourself. Like, perfect example is my favorite thing to drink is Coca-Cola. It's my favorite beverage. Oh my goodness. And already for about 2 weeks, I haven't drank a single beverage that's not water. Every meal I have, I'm just drinking water. And you know what? My body's thanking me. My brain is thanking me. My heart is thanking me now. I'm working out 6 days a week. And it's easy. It's easy because I'm happy to do it. It's easy because I'm having fun doing it. It's easy because it's just a new habit, replacing a negative habit. Now, man, I was just a monstrosity of a man, I tell you. I was just sleeping as much as I could. All I wanted to do was watch YouTube videos, go down rabbit holes, see the most messed up shit I could find. And I've been doing that for many, many, many years. And I felt that this was my identity. How can I lose this? This is what I do. This is what I love. When I realized I'm not attached to those things. And those things are really not benefiting me at all. And being attached to things and waiting for things to happen and hoping that certain outcomes happen in a perfect way, there is no perfect way. And all that's going to do is have me suffering, because I'm trying to force things to happen when nothing needs to happen in your life. There's only one thing you need to do. Enjoy your life. Be yourself. Enjoy yourself. And get that money. Doesn't matter what you have to do. The money is going to equal freedom for you, because you'll be able to you'll be able to cut the umbilical cord between you and whoever it is that is taking care of you. And if you want to be taken care of your whole life, you're going to wonder why you don't feel self-sustaining, and why you don't feel like your own person, that you're not something without something else, right? But in reality, look, once you came out of your mother's crevice, you are separate from her. You're always going to be attached to her. You're always going to have love for her, and you're always going to get love from her unconditionally. And some people may drift apart. Some families are not the best, right? Some connections with family are strained, but the truth is that there's always one person that's going to stick by you. That's yourself. So don't treat yourself as you would somebody that you love more than anything. Don't make yourself the enemy, and don't blame yourself for things. Don't feel guilt. So that goes into forgive yourself for things that you did in the past. Forgive yourself for things that you felt you couldn't control or lost control. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for everything. No one else is going to give that to you. Everybody in the world could come and say, I forgive you, don't worry. Guess what that is? That's an attachment. You need that validation. You're going to always need that validation. Once you have the validation from yourself, you're going to feel free. You are going to be free. You're free right now. You just have to look within yourself and say, thank you. Thank you for being me. I love you just the way that you are. And it's a beautiful thing. So, that is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Be yourself. It's a lot simpler than it seems. And detaching from people, even though it seems strange, like it has to be this angry thing, it doesn't. It just means prioritizing yourself. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fight for yourself. Set boundaries. Know your boundaries, right? But those boundaries exist within your mind. You know what you're okay with and not okay with. You know who you are. You trust yourself. You trust who you are. Learn to trust yourself. And you do this by thinking about what it is that you feel is wrong with you, that you've done wrong, and letting that go, forgiving yourself, and moving forward. Say, you know what? Hey, I did this. I feel really bad about this. I wish that this person could forgive me for this thing, or I wish that they could see this perspective. But you know what? You don't need them to see that perspective. You need you to see your own perspective and enjoy the fact that you are you. Be yourself. And for me, be myself. And in that, I'm going to see you guys next time. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you want to talk about. There are a lot of things that I love, that I've always loved, right? I'm a big collector of things, and then I realized these collections were just trying to fill this void. I was saying if I had all this stuff, people would like me more. They would say, man, that's such a cool collection. You're such a cool guy for having it. When has that ever worked out? I have an amazing Pokemon card collection. I have an amazing Fortnite skin collection. And yeah, I'm a little bit proud of it still, but I realize that it's worthless. Well, it actually has monetary value, but in a sense, the actual physical items are worthless. So you are not your stuff. You are not the people you're around. You are yourself. You are influenced, right? But at the end of the day, there's only one person who can tell you who you are. That is yourself. So there's a lot of things I'm interested in. Games and cartoons and all kinds of stuff. And so just let me know what you would want me to talk about. I can go off on anything. But right now, what I'm into is this shift in perspective. Oh man, gets me going, exhilarating stuff. But I'm sure eventually I'll start getting into more things that are just fun hobbies and stuff like that. Thank you for listening. Leave a like, subscribe, tap the bell. Thanks for listening, even if you made it to 14 minutes and 42 seconds exactly. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day. King J signing out.